Good rainy Tuesday morning to everybody. We got a quick little repair we need to do to the skid steer, and I'm gonna show you what that is right now. So let's get to it. So before we get started, I gotta unhook the brush cutter because we gotta work on the attachment plate. So let's get this thing unhooked and get some room to work here. All right, we got this thing up off the ground. I got a 4x4 supporting it under this beam here, under this crossbar. And I got a couple 6x6s right there. I'll put under here while I'm working. But here's the problem. This quick connect has got a lot of play. Well, not a lot, but it's a decent amount of play in it. I don't know if you can see that, but. And the pins and bushings in here are tight. It has nothing to do with the pins and bushings. Like, I'll lift this up. I mean, that's solid. I mean, I had those pins and bushings replaced about 500 hours ago, roughly speaking, and it's all still really tight. These up here, they've got a little bit of play in them, but it's nothing excessive. But I've got some shims. The guys from John Deere got me some shims, and we're gonna take, I guess I'll do this side. It's a little bit easier to work on than the other side. We're gonna take this pin out and put some shims in there and try to get that to tighten up. So let's see if we can get that done. So it looks like about 6 shims. That's what it's gonna take. So it's not a huge gap there. Maybe 1/4 inch or so. So let's get this pin out and see if we can't slide these things in there and get it tightened up. Come on. Oh, lots of grease. Lots and lots of grease. Fun. Let's dig all that out. I would have shimmed this out the last time I took this apart when that grease zerk wasn't taking grease, but I didn't have the shims yet. They were still on order. And I really didn't want to wait this thing not taking grease. That's never want to not put grease in something, especially one of these pins and bushings right here, because they are as close as they are to the ground. They get a lot of dirt in them typically, and putting those shims in there should hopefully help keep a lot of the dirt and debris from getting in there around that pin and bushing and wearing it out. Or at least wearing it out as quickly as it did the last time. All right, it's really cold in the shop today. We don't have any heat back here in this grease. It's really cold and really thick and goopy. I guess that kind of makes it a little easier to kind of just scoop out a little bit. All right, so these bolts are 30 millimeter, and you need 2 30mm drivers to get them out. You gotta have one. You can't get a wrench on either side of them because the head and the nut on either end is inset inside these bosses. So I had to buy 2 of these first time I ever did this, which sucked. Right there. The doctor is about to operate. There's my reverse. Put my earplugs in, that's loud. Trying to save what little bit of hearing I got left. Army gave me those defective earplugs. I still get messages about those class action lawsuits against those 3M earplugs. Oh goodness. There it broke. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, so if anybody out there is watching this that has one of these John Deere 333s, oh, you know what? I may have to 329, whichever one you got. It's got this style front coupler. A lot of them do, almost all of them. I think every one of them does, no matter the size. I would highly recommend oh, there it is, putting lock washers, taking these nuts off and putting lock washers on these bolts that hold these pins in place, because if that nut loosens up and the bolt that holds the pin in comes out and you lose that pin, that's going to be an expensive screw up. See? Well, there's the lock washer, and I got a washer in there too. If I can get it out. Won't ungoop it. There it goes. Yeah, and there's the washer. So you definitely want a washer and a lock washer in there. I have lost the nuts on the end of these things on both sides, and luckily I didn't lose the pins, but I came very close. All right. So now we've got to take this bolt out. So there's the bolt that holds the actual pin in place. This is not the pin itself. This is just the bolt that holds the pin in place. Now we've got to move the pin itself so I can get those shims. Moving that pin might be a problem. It's all gooped up in there. So it looks like the weight of the coupler itself is weighing down on the pin. And I need to take a little bit of the weight off it. Let's see if this has got enough. Yeah, just there we go. So I can just kind of get a little bit of that weight off. I do not know how I'm going to get that pin out. I gotta get this pin to move. It will not move. It will not break. Good night. I thought we'd never get that out there. I beat and banged on that thing for so long, the GoPro cut off, and I had my greasy gloves on, but Kelly and I he came back here and helped me for a second, and I guess he had the magic touch, and he finally got it out of there. I guess the grease in there, I guess it was kind of suctioned around it or something, and it would not come out of there. I had the weight taken off of it and everything, but we'll try to get that big glop of goop out of there right there. And we'll get these shims in there and get this thing shimmed out so it's not so wobbly. I think we need to pick up another jack. Run it through all the way through. It'll go through like that. It's close.
It's close.
Yeah.
I see it. You come all the way through, so I mean.
That's pretty good right there.
Oh hell yeah! This side over here.
Yeah, it's
really
clean.
I don't know where we gotta be.
Let me look from this side. Where's that flash light? You got a flashlight right there? I see it
right
shining.
there.
Oh, yep, man. All right.
It's a little bit too far in right now, I think.
Yeah, they're not quite aligned. They've got to go down, like this way.
Let's just hold on to our senses here now. You got to watch it and tell me what I'm doing.
All right, whoa. They've got to come this way, like to my right.
All right. See how I'm gonna get it.
They're perfect in the up and down. They just need to come.
I see them. They just need to go this way.
Yeah.
Straight ahead.
Yep.
All right.
Maybe ½ inch. There you go. A little more. Whoa. They roll. Now they need to come down towards like 5 o'clock. Well, no, you're gonna have to hit it from like this angle.
Damn, I don't have no angle.
All right, well, I can get to it if you.
But you just keep looking at it, and let's just work together, okay?
All right.
It's better for me to get it up and tab it down because we got room.
Here, if you hand me the screwdriver.
Got it. Okay, son, just give me a second because I know where we're at, and I did it on purpose so I can come up here and work it.
All right, well, that's fine.
So is it going down?
Yeah. Keep coming down. ½ inch. Maybe 3/4. Nah, that ain't working.
All right, where am I? Am I not? Is that thing?
All right, they need to still come down towards about the 4 o'clock, 4 to 5 o'clock. There they go. All right, well, stop right there. There, all right, they need to come down about the 5 o'clock. Just come straight down with them. There you go. Move the wrench. Can you move it this way a little bit? No? All right.
Let me get something shorter there. Hold on a minute, Davin, if you don't mind. I can see what they need to do. That's too much. I see where they need to go. Just give me a second.
Okay.
Try to get it. It needs to be like right here. See that right there?
Yeah. You want me to hold the screwdriver? There you go. That's almost perfect. Keep going a little more. 1/4 inch. Little more. Whoa, stop.
A little bit more. But
I think that's pretty close.
it's close. I mean,
Let's see if the pin goes in.
it may go in this time.
All right, it's in. Now we just got to get it lined up where it'll actually go in the
I'm
hole.
getting ready to say, take it back out.
All right.
It's got to do what we just said.
The shims aren't in the way though.
Maybe a little 8 or maybe even a 16. It looks to me like.
Yeah. Yep.
Am I right?
Yeah. they ain't moving. There they go. Whoa, whoa, stop. All right, let me see if this will go. Hand me your hammer. All right, I think they're past the shim. I think.
Well, if you're not right,
Hand me that punch right there. All right, it's going in. It's like, if it ain't there, it's like super close. All right, go ahead.
I ain't got no wobble now.
Yeah, I think it's in. It's pretty much, it's in. When the bolt goes in there, it'll tighten it up. It's in. Yeah. I did not think, I was doubting for a minute where we were going to get that doggone pin to come out. It would not come out. It was stuck in there. I guess the grease had some suction on it and was just holding it.
No, it's supposed to be that way. I mean, it's supposed to be able to come out, but it certainly want to be tight.
Washers and light washers on. There's my GoPro. GoPro. Washer, lock washer. This is a nut. Get the grease off of it. I can get my hands on it. There we go. That's really the biggest, one of the biggest pains about dealing with these pins and bushings right here when I've had to deal with them is all the doggone grease that's in there with them.
The grease, so the grease will be tight.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's impact this thing on and see what she do. I need that pull bar. Get up, I saw it. Yep, I got it. And that's it. Ain't moving. She tight. Shims are in. Alright, well that worked out pretty good. Thanks to KP over there for giving me a hand. That's my dad. And those should work pretty good. And that'll help keep that dirt from getting down in there and getting around that pin, and that'll keep this from sliding back and forth. Grab it, and it ain't got no wobble to it now. That was driving me nuts. It's been doing that for a while, and I finally just got sick of it, and I told Greg over there at Flint to order me some shims, and luckily they had some for that size. I think those are for, the reason they're so big is I think they're actually for an excavator, but the excavator that they're for, it has the same size pin, diameter pin as what this skid steer has, and so that's why they're so big around. is that they're designed to go probably on the end of around where the bucket meets the stick on some size excavator, probably a pretty decent size one, depending on how big that, based on how big that pin is. But that worked out pretty good. I'm happy with that. Kelly helped me out. I didn't think we were going to get that pin out for a minute. It would not come out of there. And it's tapered, so I thought I could just take a punch in there and punch it and it would just pop right out and it would not move. And I jacked this end, the plate up and got the weight off of it and it still wouldn't budge. And then I guess Kelly had the magic touch and right after the GoPro cut off, he hit it with that punch with that sledge and it finally it shot out all the way over there and came out. So that worked out good. I'll put that grease cap back on and she's ready to rock and roll. So I can't work today because it's pouring down rain, but at least I can fix something. So that will work. Well, I appreciate you guys watching and I hope you guys have a great rest of the week and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye everybody.